about important works of Anglo-Saxon period. So Anglo-Saxon culture, which was old tradition culture, and through spread of Christianity with Romans, written documents came into existence. And we see the birth of English literature through Beowulf. So in this class, I'll be taking you through the summary of this epic poem, this epic work called Beowulf. It's epic poem which has adventures, monsters, dragons, and of course our great hero Beowulf. Let's go through the character list and then we'll be talking about the summary. Taking the character list, first character is Hrothgar. Hrothgar was king of Danes. Second was Unferth. He was one of Hrothgar's top retainers. Unferth used to hate or be jealous of Beowulf at the first, but later on he was in friendship with Beowulf and he liked Beowulf. Third, Beowulf, the hero of our story. Beowulf is a mighty warrior who has strength of 30 people in his hand. Then was Wiglaf, who was the only person to stand with Beowulf against the dragon, which we'll be seeing in the later half of the story. Then Hygelac, he was king of Geats and he was uncle of Beowulf. Grendel, he was a monster. Grendel's mother, who came to take revenge. Dragon, guarding a treasure trove in Geatland. Then Heorot. Heorot was the name of hall which Hrothgar has built, and this hall Heorot was being attacked by this Grendel monster, for which Beowulf had to come. I hope the character list is clear to you. You can just pause the video for a second and go through the character list, and then I'll be talking about the summary. Now, talking about the summary, see, author of Beowulf is not known, and it's a classic monster story which has adventures, and it's a heroic poetry. Remember, it's a heroic poetry. Beowulf is a young warrior who went to Denmark to help the king Hrothgar, because as I've already told you in the summary that Hrothgar was facing trouble from this Grendel monster who was attacking his hall Heorot. So Hrothgar built a hall Heorot and he was troubled by a monster called Grendel. Beowulf comes to help Hrothgar and fought with this monster Grendel and killed him. So as a result, what happened? His mother, Grendel's mother, came and take revenge from Beowulf. But in the fight, Beowulf killed his mother too. After this, Beowulf left Denmark and left for his place from where he had come. So Beowulf now departs from Hrothgar's kingdom after a sorrowful goodbye to Hrothgar, who has treated him more like a son. He returns to his uncle Hygelac, and in this time Hygelac is killed in a war against the Shiflings, and then he helped Hygelac's son to become the king. But the king, Hygelac's son, was too young, so he couldn't sit on the throne and he couldn't manage the kingdom, so Beowulf had to become the king. Beowulf became the king and ruled for 50 years and brought prosperity to Geatland. But later on, what happened after 50 years? After 50 years, a thief disturbs a barrow or mound where great dragon lies guarding a hoard of treasure. At this time, Beowulf knew that he has now become old and he'll be not able to fight with him. So what he did, he decided to take all the warriors and Wiglaf. Beowulf succeeded in killing the thief with help of Wiglaf. Although in this battle, Beowulf got injured, but during the fight, and he died, and he asked Wiglaf to rule after him. So this was the story, and after that Beowulf was buried. And remember this thing, students, that the story ends and J.R.R. Tolkien worked on translation of Beowulf. That's a very important point. You can note down the point. J.R.R. Tolkien, 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 worked on translation of Beowulf. Now I'll be talking about some facts of Beowulf. Talking about the facts of Beowulf, see the literary devices being discussed in Beowulf are alliteration, caesura, kenning. Alliteration, I've already told you that it's repetition of initial sounds like Peter, Piper, picked. So see, in Peter it's P, Piper P, repetition of the sound, consonant sound P, and picked also it's having P. So this repetition of the P sound or the consonant sound is called alliteration. Second literary device being discussed is caesura. This is a pause in the middle of a line of poetry. For example, I'm saying a poem, Johnny, Johnny, yes, Papa. So I'm writing Johnny, Johnny. I'm taking a break and saying yes, Papa. So that's caesura. Third is kenning. The use of compound words is called this literary device kenning. For example, for ship, I'm using compound word seahorse. So this is kenning. I hope the literary devices are clear to you. Beowulf is an old poem which consists of 3182 lines, and it is one of the most important books in Anglo-Saxon literature. The lines in Beowulf use this alliteration and meaning that they repeat the consonant sounds. Other well-known poems also use these techniques, including Sir Gawain and the Green Knight. So I'll be discussing Sir Gawain and the Green Knight in a further class. And this point is also written here. J.R.R. Tolkien quoted Beowulf with his classmates, or he made the translations of Beowulf. So this was all for today's class, and in next class I'll be talking about Anglo-Norman period. Till then, you just revise these lessons, and in case any doubts occur, so you can just WhatsApp me or you can comment down in the comment section below. I promise you that your doubts will be solved completely. Thank you so much for watching the video, students.